Good morning, everyone. I am SuperDerek, and it's time for your JRPG weekly update. And hey, second time's a charm, because this is the second time I've recorded the news. Apparently, the first time I either didn't hit the record button, or I did and it just didn't register, or something, and, well, bottom line is, happy Monday, everyone. Anyways, so we have some news that's kind of caught my ear. A headline that sort of caught my ear last week. I mentioned last week that I don't really watch the video game awards. I don't generally follow them because I don't really care. But I did hear something that kind of caught my ear and just made me think, huh? And I don't want to overstate my expertise on being a fan of RPGs or anything, because really I'm just a dude who happens to really like RPGs and I just like to talk about them. But apparently, Monster Hunter World won RPG of the Year, and that strikes me as odd. And I'm not trying to slight against Monster Hunter World at all, not by any stretch, because clearly if it's won this award, it must be a fantastic game. The last Monster Hunter game that I played was Monster Hunter Tri on Nintendo Wii, which was obviously quite a while ago. And what I played of that game, it did not instill into me the feeling that I was playing an RPG. And I don't know if the games have changed since then, if they've, changed focus toward being more role-playing. I don't know. And it just strikes me as being really strange that the game was able to beat out Octopath Traveler, Dragon Quest XI. It was able to beat out Fallout 76. It was able to beat out all the other RPGs out there. Assassin's Creed Origins. It was able to beat out all these other games for the title. And congratulations to the team who made the game, by the way. But it made me wonder, is this game an RPG? And I know that that's kind of a big question, because what does make a game an RPG? It's a topic I've talked about before, and I don't think that there's really a solid answer, but maybe what I'll do is pass this off to you guys in the form of a poll in the video description here. Just follow that. If you've played the game, please participate. If you haven't, I'll have a secondary poll for the peanut gallery, and you guys can weigh in there. And I'm just really curious, and I'm not asking, is the game good? Because clearly it is. But what I'm asking is it an RPG? Because that just strikes me as being really strange. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the games have changed. Maybe I was wrong in the first place. Maybe they've always been this way and they've always been RPGs. I don't know. But I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think. Smash Bros. Because that's what's hip. That's what's with it these days. Everybody wants to know, SuperDerek, are you into Smash Bros? And I have to tell them, no. I haven't played Smash Bros. Since Brawl. And I'm just not really, I don't follow fighting games very often. I used to really like them. And anyways, point is, Joker from Persona 5 is coming to Smash Bros. Ultimate on Switch, which is fantastic. That got me pretty excited until I remembered that I don't play Brawl or Smash or whatever. But it's really cool. And what kind of caught my attention about this is that usually Nintendo only includes the games or characters from games that have appeared on their consoles or handhelds. Interesting, because it would indicate to me, maybe at first glance, maybe there's going to be a Persona 5 port to Switch, which would be fantastic, and I'm kind of surprised it hasn't already happened. In fact, I'm really surprised that Persona 4 Golden hasn't been ported over to the Switch, since that was on PlayStation Vita, and it seems like everything good on the Vita got ported over to Switch already. But anyways, but I think that might not actually be what it signifies. I think what this might actually have more to do with, unfortunately, is Dancing Till Daylight, which was released or is being released. I can't remember if it's already out or not. If it's on Switch, and maybe that's how they ended up being able to say, okay, okay, Joker will be on this one. But I kind of hope that that's not the case. I kind of hope that Persona 5 and Persona 4 Golden end up coming to the Switch, because that would be really good. Anyways, Final Fantasy director Hajime Tabata has announced that he's going to start up a new game company. And for those of you who have been following, Hajime Tabata is the guy who was the director behind Final Fantasy Type 0, Final Fantasy Crisis Core, and Final Fantasy 15. Well, he stepped down. Square replaced him with a programmer, and now Tabata is talking about creating his own company called JP Games, which is expected to go live in January. So, and who knows if he's going to be making RPGs or not. Who knows? You can't really guess. But hopefully he will, and hopefully people who have enjoyed his games in the past will be able to continue to enjoy the games that he makes now. Although it's entirely possible that with the reduced funds, he might not be able to make AAA console games anymore. Maybe he'll be moving over to mobile or something, at least to start with. I don't know. Fingers crossed that he's able to avoid that step, because that's not what interests me, and not what interests a lot of you guys, I know. And I have one more headline here about Fallout 76 fans who unfortunately, can't seem to catch a break these days. Fallout 76 fans have been playing through Fallout 76. It's been having a lot of bugs, a lot of bad problems. I don't want to overstate any of the issues because, again, I haven't played it, but I've known a lot of people who have had terrible experiences with the game. And I really feel bad for you guys who have went out and actually spent real money on this game. And it just gets worse from there because, I mean, releasing a bad game in and of itself, that would be enough. That would be enough. But now, what has happened since then is that people who spent a lot of money on the Power Armor edition of the game, well, they were supposed to be getting a few really cool things like this nice Power Armor helmet, hence the name, and also a canvas bag, which is supposed to be kind of rugged and sturdy and a way to carry around your Power Armor helmet. Unfortunately, this Power Armor helmet bag, this canvas bag that people ended up receiving, was a lot different from the one that was being advertised, which is not a good thing. Like, if you are going to advertise something specifically, you need to be able to deliver on that. And a lot of people were very upset about this, and in my opinion, understandably so. If you have promotional materials where you have a picture of the bag and you say included in this edition is a canvas bag, and then you start sending out nylon bags. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I think of nylon, I don't necessarily think of rugged canvas bags. Anyways, so after a little bit of internet outrage, Bethesda responded saying, "Oh, well, you see, guys, what we showed and what we said was a canvas bag, but that was actually what we showed off was a promotional prototype, and it's too expensive to make those. It's too expensive to make a canvas bag. What's probably a little more expensive than making canvas bags is repairing bad public relations. But that's just my business-minded mind talking there. Don't. I mean, I'm not a $1 million company or anything like that. So, apparently, though, after enough fan outrage finally hit them, they're like, okay. Tell you what, guys, we will send you a canvas bag. Just here, put in your name and information here, your address. Put some personal information here, and we'll send you canvas bags. Good on Bethesda for finally making the right choice. However, Fallout 76 fans just can't catch a break. They are the bad luck Brian of the gaming community right now, because apparently there was some sort of exploit on the forms that people were submitting, meaning that basically anybody could gain access to all of their personal contact information. It's just sad that has to happen. I want to root for Bethesda, but it's hard when they keep making these simple mistakes. Anyways, I hope that they do better soon. I really do, and I hope that things get better for the people who are playing Fallout 76 or would like to play Fallout 76 but can't connect to the servers, or would like to play it, but have game-breaking bugs occur. I really hope that things just get better for you guys, uh, because it's not fun to not have fun. SuperDerek 2018. It's not fun to not have fun. It's not fun to be angry about this sort of thing either. And when you guys are going through this, it just sucks, And I hope that Bethesda, yeah, like I said, I hope they do better soon for you guys. Moving on from the downer of a headline topic that sort of was, let's talk a little bit about new game announcements. And starting with Nihon Falcom, who has a new teaser website out for their project N.O.X. It's got a teaser website with some artwork in the background and a countdown timer, which is currently counting down to December 19th, upon which time they'll probably drop a trailer or something, or maybe some news, some information regarding this new IP that they're talking about. And since it's Nihon Falcom, I think it's safe to say that whatever they're teasing right now has a pretty good chance of being something that we care about, like an RPG of some sort. So fingers crossed there. Bioware has also teased something, a new Dragon Age game that appears to be in the works, maybe. It may or may not be Dragon Age 4. Hard to say for sure. They don't really give us much information. And since I haven't played Dragon Age 1 through 3, it's hard for me to be able to discern anything of importance out of here. So if you've been a fan, you should definitely check out the trailer if you haven't already, but most likely you already have. So not much is known at this time, except for they have a trailer. But here's the one that got me the most excited. Obsidian Games has announced a new first-person RPG that takes place in the futuristic space, and it's called The Outer Worlds. And people have been comparing it to Borderlands and Bioshock, and the game looks like it's going to be really funny and really cool. Gosh, between this and Cyberpunk 2077, I think if Bethesda doesn't get their act together, I think we'll probably be okay. And I feel like the trailer for The Outer Worlds did cast a little bit of shade there when they threw up on the screen from the original creators of Fallout. Obsidian makes the best Fallout games, and now they're making this. So that's got me excited. And also, last time I talked a little bit about the fact that Obsidian was purchased by Microsoft, and I was a little concerned about that, but luckily it does look like this is going to be coming to PlayStation 4 as well. So no Xbox exclusivity this time around. Nippon Ichi Software of America has announced a new side-scrolling RPG called Lapis X Labyrinth, which is going to be heading over to the Nintendo Switch here in the States in 2019, and also on PlayStation 4. And we have some localizations to get through as well. Localizations and release date updates, starting with Tales of Crestoria, which is coming out in 2019 in the West. So we are going to be getting Tales of Crestoria, which is pretty fantastic. The teaser that I saw doesn't show you very much, but it looks kind of cool. And, it's a Tales of game, so chances are pretty good that's going to be pretty great. Caligula Effect Overdose, that we've been talking about from time to time, has been announced to be coming to the States in March of 2019. It's going to be coming to PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC, which is fantastic. It's going to be on a new engine. It's going to have a lot of visual updates. So if you played it already on PlayStation Vita and just couldn't quite get into it, this version might be another opportunity for you to enjoy the game. And then Sega's Judgment, formerly known as Project Judge, is going to be heading to the West in 2019 in the summer, which is just around the corner. I keep telling myself because it's really cold and I really want the summer to be here, but but it's just around the corner, guys. Just hold on a little bit longer until the summer. And it apparently takes place within the Yakuza universe, which is going to be pretty awesome. And apparently it's going to feature both Japanese audio and English dub, if that's what you're into. And it's going to have a couple of options for subtitles. If you enable subtitles while you are watching the English dub, it's just going to show you the script for the English dub. But if you are watching the Japanese audio, it's going to give you a more a more direct translation that doesn't have to match lip flaps. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds, really. Now, last week in SuperDerek, I feel like I should tell you guys that I did end up taking a bit of a break from streaming, and I am continuing to take a break from streaming. So, um, I've been taking a break from streaming so that I could focus more on being productive and making more videos. I apologize for just kind of stopping abruptly. I didn't expect it to take this long to be away from streaming. Otherwise, I would have said something beforehand, but I am fine. um, and I plan to resume streaming on not this Monday, but next Monday. So not today, but next Monday. And besides that, last week we also talked about games that need to be remade, and the criteria that I consider when saying whether or not I think a game really should get a remake and what a remake probably ought to deliver, what kinds of games are best to be remade, and I even threw in some suggestions of my own, specifically the ones that I'm proudest of is Shin Megami Tensei 1, 2, and If, which Atlas, come on guys, bring those over because we have Shin Megami Tensei 3 and 4 and we're going to get 5, I'm sure. So just bring over the original 3 from Super Famicom and put them in a bundle and we'll buy them up, I promise. Just do that. And then also on Friday, I released my review of Dragon Quest XI, and something that I didn't include in the review because I didn't feel like it was necessary. Dragon Quest XI was my game of the year. And the reason I feel like Dragon Quest XI is my game of the year at this point is that somebody asked me the other day, and it just kind of made it really clear to me. They said, if you were to go back and replay either Octopath Traveler or Dragon Quest XI, which would you play? And at this point, I would definitely go back and play through 11 again. They were both fantastic games. They are two completely wildly different games that took completely different paths to the same destination, and that destination is a fantastic RPG. But the fact that I would much rather at this point just go back and play some more Dragon Quest XI, it just speaks volumes. Both games are fantastic, and you should all check them both out. Sega Ages is coming out this week. That's Sega Ages Phantasy Star is coming out this week on the Nintendo Switch, which is definitely a version that's going to be worth checking out for you guys. I believe it's got a built-in map function, which is really awesome for people who don't have the scratch paper to spare or would rather just not go through the learning process of making bad maps that are not very helpful, because I did that for a while. And then I saw this trailer the other day for a game that looks really cool called Knights of Pen and Paper 2. And I'm honestly just kind of interested in that for my own sake. It looks like it's going to be a first person, or not first person, it's going to be a turn based RPG. But gosh, it's got in the foreground, it's got like this table where people are playing a pen and paper role playing game, and like on the other side is the DM who's like, it looks like it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek take on the idea, and I love that idea. I kind of want to give it a shot. And then lastly, oh, and by the way, that's coming out on Switch and Xbox One. And then lastly, Path of Exile Betrayal is coming to Xbox One this week. So everybody, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a lot of fun. I will see you guys next time. Have a good day, everyone.